Hey guys, Josie here. So I'm going to go back to my F1 tantrums and address something that I hate personally. I know a lot of fans do, and I know the majority of the F1 community do, and it's grid penalties. So I did a bit of research last night and I discovered that there has been 445 grid penalties handed out this year since Australia. The fact that it's not even the end, not even really near the end of the season is a bit worrying, because how many more grid penalties can they hand out, and what effect is this actually having on the grid? Personally, all I think it does is reshuffle the grid and piss off drivers, because the majority of times it's things that are out of their control. It's car trouble, it's engine trouble with the likes of McLaren and Honda. It just pisses drivers off. I know Fernando, we all know Fernando is on the thinnest thread with Honda. I think one more issue and he's actually going to kick someone in the face. So we're all just waiting for Fernando to crack. But this is also obviously putting pressure on Honda to improve their engine. And from what we've seen so far, we are 2 races into the second half of the season. Nothing's changed. They're still having issues. They're still not finishing races. What good is this actually doing? So, unsurprisingly, I had to actually write all this down because there's so many penalties. Like, look at that. Since Australia, this is how many people have had penalties. And unsurprisingly, McLaren have the majority. So Stoff has a grand total of 153 grid penalties overall, and that's since Russia. That's not even since the first race, that is 4 races in. And Fernando has a grand total of 105. That makes up 258 grid penalties for McLaren. That is over half the amount of grid penalties handed out have gone to McLaren. Someone did point out last week, I think it was, in Monza, that if you added all of the grid penalties up that Stoffels had, it would be a kilometre back that he would have to start. What's the point? I never understood these, because I don't understand the fact that they're going, like, Stoff's worst grid penalty was Belgium, unfortunately, his home race, and it was 65 places. How many people do they think are on that grid? There's 20 drivers. Like, where are you wanting him to start? Halfway down the main straight? Round the last corner? Where are you wanting him to start? Just say the pit lane. What is the point? So I don't understand these. I mean, some of the worst ones have gone to Stoff. So he's had a 65 place in Belgium. He has had a 35 place in Azerbaijan. And I'm just looking at these and thinking, it's just absolute madness. And then you've got the likes of Fernando Alonso with 30 place penalty in Silverstone. Kvyat in Belgium, 20 places. Verstappen 15. Fernando in Monza. Verstappen was also in Monza, sorry. Fernando in Monza 35 places. Daniel Ricciardo 25 places. Van Dorn 25 places. I mean, yeah, fair enough with the likes of Ricciardo and Verstappen, who can qualify second, third. They can do that. They can even go first sometimes. We've seen it happen. They're scrapping up there. They're trying their best, scrapping with the ponies and the arrows. But the likes of McLaren, they're not up there anymore. And that's a real shame. But what is it doing? It's pissing their drivers off. It's making Fernando not want to race in F1 anymore. We're going to lose him if we don't do something. If the FIA don't decide to find something more suitable for these penalties, they're just pissing people off. I mean, they're wanting more fans, and yet you're looking at this and thinking, oh, he's got a 65 place grid penalty, but there's only 20 people. What's the point? That seems a bit silly. Seems like a bit of a weird sport. So the thing is, why don't they just find something that works? A fine, points off the constructors. It will be easier because it's not technically the drivers. Yeah, if they cause a collision, fair enough. If they're in the wrong, give them the penalty. Don't make it some stupid number though. Give them a decent penalty. If it's not their fault, if it's a team issue, if it's an engine issue, give the team the penalty. Take the points off the constructors. Give them a fine. Find something that's a bit better than putting drivers like 3 cities back to start. Like, Jesus Christ, it's pissing the fans off. I mean, I look at it every week. Monza was just, I looked at it, saw the fact that one person was in position. Fair enough, it was a great chance for Stroll and Ocon to show what they could do. But it was one person out of an entire grid who started where they qualified. And I honestly thought, after 17 years of being into this sport, I looked at the grid last Sunday and just thought, this is out of hand. Honestly, if this carries on like this, I don't think I can watch it. I honestly don't. I think it's gone in a direction that I don't like. It's now just stupid. And we say silly season for driver swaps. This season has just been outright stupid. So that is me for now. I was trying to make that as quick as possible because I am actually, if you hadn't noticed, like looking like a scruff because I have to go to work in an hour. You're quite lucky that I haven't done this in my scrubs, so count yourself lucky. I have done this in my amazing, if you can see it, Michael Schumacher top. Love Schumi. Forever Schumi. But yeah, for now, I am going to sign off. Tell me what you think should replace grid penalties for team issues. A fine, point off the constructors, whatever. Give me a like, subscribe, follow me on my various social medias. And for now, ciao.